It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, October 23rd, 2018, and it is 7 a.m.
Whoop, whoop.
There's that whoop, whoop.
It's another beautiful morning.
It sure is.
I'm loving this weather. This is my time of year right here.
This is really nice. Boy, yesterday was gorgeous. Yesterday afternoon, took little Pepper out to the dog park, let him run a little bit. And boy, like, you mean it's time to go already? You know.
This is kind of literally this is one of my favorite times of year. It's
I'm
nice.
ready for some color on the trees now. They're finally starting to turn.
I've got some color out on mine, and I like the cool evenings.
Yeah.
You know, and the nice days where you can get out and work. And this
nice.
is camping weather.
Oh,
right
it
here.
is.
I keep saying that, and I haven't been camping yet this year. So,
well, good morning, everybody, and welcome down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, who's our director and engineer and co-host.
whoop, whoop.
And
sound
we're enjoying
sound effects
coffee.
operator.
You what?
And the sound effects operator.
Yeah, the sound effects. He plays the trumpet too.
My trumpet's terrible.
We got some oil right here somewhere for that trumpet. Anyway, we're enjoying Brood Awakening Coffee. Hope you're doing the same thing. If not, check them out. 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. Balmer Boulevard, which is very busy between 7 and 8. Then, of course, Highway 62 East lobby. And let's see. What am I missing? BRMC lobby, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness, and Balmer Boulevard.
And right here.
And right here. You know, come on in and have some fun. You know,
come on in, grab a cup of coffee, watch the show.
Come play the trumpet with Scooter. You know.
There you go. If you're a better trumpet player, please come in. You know, Sheriff Montgomery did a great job, but every time it was off the air.
Yeah.
But his trumpet was right there.
And so, Brood Awakening Coffee, if you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. And talked to Mike. I was over at the hospital last week and stopped in and said, hey, what do you want? I said, make me a mocha. You know, he's got a list of stuff that long. I mean, you know, it's unbelievable. But lattes, mochas,
cinnamon rolls,
coffee, cinnamon rolls.
Awesome.
He even has some of the oatmeal like I've got down here. You name it, he's got it down there.
I'm out on the oatmeal. You lost me. I was giving you credit until now.
Anyway, check out Brood Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Right?
I got to do an inside joke. Am I allowed to embarrass you online? Am I allowed to embarrass you online? No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. So, we had a guest in here. I was just giving her a hard time.
There you go. She can have some coffee while she's here.
Yeah.
Anyway, morning weather brought to you by Old Time. Where's that trumpet?
No. You're jumping the gun.
What?
You're going to go from...
No, I got the prayer. Forgot the prayer.
Yeah. You got to start the show right.
We got to talking about the weather. Okay. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes.
That's better.
With all our respect. I get excited about the weather because, you know, I love the fall of the year. It's really nice outside. Roller Funeral Homes brings a morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, when the need arises for that service for your loved one, choose Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Right?
Yeah, they're great people. They really are. The whole family and, you know, and it's one of those things, you know, you talk about shopping and going out and trying to shop for a funeral home, and I know it sounds weird, but you need to go ahead and
take care of the issue.
Yeah, I mean, let people know what you're wanting. Let people, don't make your loved ones sit there and have to figure that out in one of their worst times and one of the worst losses for them. So,
when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, Scripture teaches us that all have sinned and fall short of God's mercy and grace, yet you gave it to us anyway. And like everything else you teach, Lord, we seem to ignore it. No one on this earth today is perfect. No one on this earth is sinless, but we sure are quick to point to someone else when they mess up. Scripture also teaches that we should remove the plank from our own eye before we complain about the speck in our neighbor's eye. Yep, we scream and holler about someone else while being just as guilty ourselves. Lord, honesty and truth must prevail, and I pray that our news media repents. I pray you heal our nation, Lord, and that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes.
Oh, good job. Now,
The trumpet.
dun, dun, dun. The
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. I had the lunch special yesterday. It was so good.
Chicken fried steak.
Yes. What is it today?
For breakfast, it's going to be 2 pancakes, 2 sausage, 2 eggs for $5.88. And for lunch will be their homemade meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with 2 sides, roller cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it. It's excellent.
Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain
She
Home.
makes good meatloaf.
Makes good everything. Wow. It was really, really good.
And don't forget about the homemade pies. I mean,
Which one?
I don't know. The one that I love, it gets everybody, is that vinegar pie. You tell somebody vinegar pie and you see this face that puckers up and it's like, ugh. But it's not what you think.
It's good.
It's somewhere between a pecan pie without the pecans and a sugar cookie. It's really, really good.
It really is. Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Had some folks down there yesterday at lunch. The first time down there, and they really enjoyed it. And so,
Awesome.
yeah, great spot. And so, time for the weather right here. This is the 3-month outlook temperature probability. And let's see, where it says A, it means above normal. N means normal. That's what they say. N means normal. Don't see N on there anywhere. C, B means below normal. And EC means equal chances for above or below. So we're basically kind of below normal, I guess. That's kind of a hard graph to read.
That is. I mean, that's.
I don't see what the.
You're going to have to find some better stuff to put on the screen than that.
That just happened to be on the website. I thought, well, okay, so we'll talk about that for a minute. Anyway, we're at 44 degrees in Mountain Home, 46 at Harrison, 43 in Hardy, 39 in Mountain View this morning, 43 at Yellville, 39 at Marshall, 44 at Calico Rock. Then around the region, St. Louis checks in at 39. It's 42 at Poplar Bluff, 46 at Branson. West Plains at 46, and Watford City, 19. Ooh.
That is terrible.
Oh, that's
They can have it.
Yeah, they can
I don't want any part of that.
19 degrees there. Anyway, on the radar, not much going on throughout the country other along the Gulf Coast. Excuse me. Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all getting some showers. I think that's a spin-off of that hurricane coming in from the western part of Mexico. It's supposed to give us some rain on Thursday, and some of that's out ahead of that hurricane. Of course, it's not picking up on that radar. But nevertheless, we've got some shower activity in the southern part of the country. A little bit in Arizona, New Mexico, a little bit in Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, but nothing right now in Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, and so we'll go ahead and check that Little Rock stop. We may get a little bit in southern Arkansas, perhaps. Nope. Looks like we're all clear there. All highways are clear. 62, 412 east-west, 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. Batesville, Poplar Bluff, Highway 67, 167 in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555. Look like they're in good shape, too.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm headed down to
You're
Little Rock
headed that
right
way,
after
ain't
the
you?
show.
On the St. Louis stop, I went to the Paducah stop. I need to go north a little bit. Let's take Highway 51 north here. There we go.
He's
St.
a little
Louis.
slow, folks, this morning.
I-70 Columbia East into St. Louis looks good. I-70 East from St. Louis, Vandalia, Effingham, Illinois in good shape. I-44 Rolla, St. Louis looks like it's all right as well. 64 East from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon in good shape. You can see Interstate 55 coming in from Sykeston to St. Louis and no problems there as well. Southwest Missouri coming up here, unless I wind up clicking on the Tulsa stop. Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, I-44 in good shape. Kansas City, I-70 east towards Columbia. It looks like there's no precip right now. It looks like they got that radar cranked up to try to find any type of moisture in the atmosphere. Overall, we're in pretty good shape right now.
Awesome.
7-day forecast today, sunny and warm, high of 71, low tonight 42. Wednesday, sunny, high of 61. We've got a little bit of a cold front coming through. Wednesday night, we have partly cloudy skies, 30% chance of showers with a low of 42 on Thursday. Showers, only about a 40% chance with a high of 51, a low of 41. So we're going to have a 10-degree difference there on Thursday to Thursday night with a 40% chance of showers throughout that day and night. Friday, partly sunny, high of 59. Friday night, low of 44. Then Saturday, 40% chance of showers with a high of 61 degrees.
Do you try to do that whole spiel without taking a breath? Because it sounds like it. No. Here we go. Okay, you got Monday. You got to. It's like an auctioneer.
Like choking a 4-barrel carburetor, right? Arkansas Forestry Commission shows no burn bans in the 75 counties of Arkansas as of 10/22. Wildfire danger continues to be low, but we still have to use some safety precautions when we burn. The drought monitor will be updated on Thursday the 25th. This is the current one from October 18th. Most of Arkansas in good shape with the exception of some portions in southern Arkansas and northwest Arkansas. It's just a abnormally dry situation and nothing serious right now. State of Missouri, same thing, a D0, abnormally dry with the exception of a few counties in central Missouri and southwest Missouri in Berry County, McDonald County, and parts of Stone County, Missouri with a moderate drought. And that will be updated by 8 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday.
All right.
What else? I think that's it weather-wise. Once
Now
again,
for
weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant.
there you go.
Yep.
There you go. And community calendar.
Community calendar. Let me pull it up here. We got something that, well, I've got it locked up. Rats.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Here we go. Well, I hit the picture. This was sent us an email, so I just have to read it direct. Artisans Market on the Square at Beanfest in Mountain View, Arkansas on October 26th and 27th will showcase returning flame work bead makers Maria Smith, Sage, and Tom Holland, wood turner Liz and Louis Lloyd, knife maker. Returning will be Doris Fountain's fabric decor. They have all kinds of things going on down there.
You ever been to the Beanfest?
I think one time.
That place is packed.
Is it on the square?
It's right on the square, and they're right
Mountain
behind it. They got their annual outhouse races.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the Operation Christmas Child. And that's where people get the little shoe boxes.
Yep.
I think First Baptist Church involved in that, and some other churches around. But,
They do that
in fact,
every year. That's
we've got
awesome.
them coming in on the show sometime soon.
Awesome.
And so we'll have more information on that. So, you got anything?
No, you got one here
Yeah.
that you need to do wherever you put it.
It's down here in this stack. You want to tell them who it's brought to you by while I find this stuff?
Brought to you by Affordable Housing. If you're not happy with your housing, you looking for something different, give them a call, 870-741-2883, Affordable Housing.
Kindness Incorporated's third annual Golden Gala is scheduled for November 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. This is their major fundraiser for the year. The gala sponsor for $2,500, gold sponsor $1,200, silver for $750, bronze for $250, table decorations for $150. Kindness Incorporated is a transportation service. It's basically a volunteer basis, and they just take donations. You know, no government funding and no, it's just no red tape to it. It's just, well, I need to ride to the doctor. I need to run over to the grocery store. I need to go here, hair pump, whatever it may be for men and women that can't get around. And so that's what Kindness Incorporated does. So you can call Demi Walmack at 870-425-6475 and tell her what you want to sponsor during the third annual Golden Gala. And that helps a lot of folks around Marion and Baxter counties. It's a 2-county service, and so it's really, really beneficial to the folks that can't get around. Veterans Benefit Concert slated for this Saturday, October 27th at Minnie Harris Park in Harrison. Live music by Whistling Dixie, barbecue by Jamie's Restaurant, silent auction, bounce houses, all kinds of things going on. They'll have Vexus boats displayed there, brought to you by Homestead Senior Care. All proceeds will benefit the DAV Chapter 6 in Harrison, Arkansas. It takes place this Saturday.
Awesome.
I think we have it all.
Well, we've got something cool today. We've got a guest, Kyle Gates from JP&O, that came here to give you a hand, and you'll understand that
Literally.
here in a minute.
Literally. Yeah, this will be interesting.
I was looking forward to this one. So.
Were you?
Yeah, I was supposed to be headed to Little Rock. I came in this morning for this one. I wanted to be here for this one.
All
This
right,
will
so
be
we're going to
pretty
take a break, and we'll be right back. Nema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nema's Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn and Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn and Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:18, and Cyle and Joy are here from JP&O. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, Dale, that was a great intro. I want to give you a hand.
Well, thank you. Oh, my back itches. Hang on.
Thank you all for having us.
Oh, our pleasure. Good to see y'all.
Yeah.
So we want to make aware of what's available right here in Mountain Home, Baxter County, and northern part of Arkansas. So, gentlemen, just go ahead and run with this. So what do y'all do? Apparently, you help a lot of people.
Yes, sir. It's a rewarding, profession. We've been here in Mountain Home since 2001. We opened up over in Harrison in around 2006. We're a company we've been in business for 30 years. We specialize in prosthetic devices, orthopedic braces, prefabricated custom. So we're right across the road over here or the parking lot from the hospital at 14 Medical Plaza. We see patients from all ages, prosthetic limbs, upper, lower extremity. the orthopedic brace side of it, we see age ranges, like I said, pediatric, ranging to adult, spinal, upper, lower extremity, cervical. So,
in the last 50 years, how far has this technology come? And let me preface this by saying, I remember we were traveling somewhere. I used to live in the St. Louis area. 46 years ago, I grew up in the St. Louis area. We were traveling somewhere, I want to say we're somewhere in east central or southeast Missouri, and we stopped for gasoline. The guy came out to wash the window, and he had a wooden leg from the knee down, literally a peg leg.
Yeah, we've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and I've been in the field for 15 years, practicing independently for 10. I've been up here with JP&O for those 10 years. Man, I have seen it come a long ways. I remember when, you know, it was the Cyle, the first, you know, microprocessor knee brought to market, and that was called experimental, and now, I mean, that's pretty standard as far as microprocessor knees, feet, ankles. That's one of the reasons that I'm here and that we're here is to I believe we've done a great job of being able to bring this kind of technology to rural underserved markets in regard to orthotics and prosthetics. As far as the technology, I mean, you know, it used to be I've actually got a leg in my office that was aluminum, like total aluminum. It was back from, you know, like World War II.
Really?
I have an old one that I picked up somewhere. It was a wooden leg, and you know, these were hand carved, what amounts to like a door hinge at the knee, you know, and you know, now you know, typically we're using pneumatic, hydraulic knee, you know, mechanical knees,
Right.
And that, you know, and that's lower functional levels, and then you know, I try to actually, you know, one of the first things I'm looking to do is to provide our patients with the highest level of technology, if when possible. So, you know, so we've gone from that to microprocessor controlled knees, feet, you know, ankles, arms. You know,
So how close are we to the $6 million man?
Man, we're working on it. We're working on it. Now, it's crazy. You say that, but I mean, with neuroinnovation, I mean, so it's, you know, the technology in prosthetics isn't just geared toward the artificial limb side of it. There's been so many advances in you know, neurointegration, osteointegration, which means that you're actually able to essentially plug yourself into your prosthesis, the nerves and nerves control, whether it be the knee or foot, hand, elbow.
No. Wait,
This is real.
say that again now.
So
the nerve function from me, if
I'm going to have him move his mic just a little bit closer. I'm
got that?
picking you up fine. It's just so I can turn you down and get you toned in a little bit better.
Gotcha.
So my nerve function. So if I had artificial arm, I want to pick up that coffee cup.
That's
The brainwave would
Yeah.
trigger that.
Yeah, for some time we've had that technology on the market in utilizing myocytes. So your muscles create electricity.
Yeah.
And so for some time we've had these sensors that go into these, you know, a socket what the arm goes into, and but they've been located at certain points on the arm to pick up that electrical signal. And we've been able to open and close hands with that. One of the things that's actually they're now doing. They've had a couple of runs at UAMS down in Little Rock, but they've actually brought it. You know, we're doing here close now, where we're actually using, like I said, going in and actually using our own, you know, the patient's nerves to actually be able to hook straight up and control that with a lot more accuracy.
Is the voltage, so to speak, measurable? Really?
Yeah. You don't think about that, but actually, your muscle belly does create that. It creates an electrical impulse or electrical signal, and so
Direct or alternating?
yeah, you don't think about it. That's actually what controls these hands. That's all it
Really?
needs. It has a microprocessor. It's what it's essentially needing is it's needing those inputs to open and close
That
the
is
hand,
amazing.
to rotate the wrist. We're working on ways of being able to use this in the lower extremity. Right now, they're already doing that. The military, you know, one of the things that's it's sad, but it advances, creates significant advances. Is what's been going on the past few years with our military, and with that becomes a lot. There's a lot more money poured into research and so on. So when that happens, we come up with a lot better things, better ways of doing things. Things that make help this stuff operate better, more effectively, more efficiently, and make it ultimately more user friendly. And we've seen significant advances in the past 10 years. This decade, it's brought a lot.
What do you see in the next 10 to 15, 20 years with this? I mean,
just that. There's always going to be a place for traditional socket design. Like a socket is where, so if you have an amputated limb, the limb, whether it be in the leg actually kind of slides into the socket, right? So that's the socket. So there's always going to be a place for that in traditional componentry, but of course we're seeing advancements in not just prosthetics, where we're seeing microprocessor components become lighter, smaller. Which is typically, that's what happens with technology. So we're seeing that occur. We're also seeing we're able to offer a lot more control, to the individual, stability, and that's what it's all about. Is trying to optimize stability and safety for the patient for lower extremity microprocessor use, and trying to reduce energy expenditure. So, and then like I said, this neuro innovation. And then osseointegration, that's something that we're starting to see here in the United States a lot more, where there is actually a pin inserted into the bone. For using like the leg, for example, right, like below the knee, where there's an actual rod inserted into the bone. There's a pin that remains out of the skin, and you're just able to plug into a pile, a foot or whatever, which is really cool. So that's getting better. The safety and the outcomes of that are getting better.
So for someone that had an accident, and let's say that the arm is amputated at this point, from the time of the accident to the time where they're fitted, the healing process, the fitting process, the therapy process, and you can go home, you're on your own. What time frame are you looking at now?
Well, it depends. Everybody's different.
Really?
Yeah, everybody's different. It just depends on underlying diagnosis, anything secondary that can be creating a delay in healing. So it's not just like you heal up and we run with it. There's a whole process to it. Following amputation, the process starts the first time that we meet with them. I've always really believed in the patient care advocacy model. So having someone that has been there before, has walked that same pathway and knows that story, being there at first to be able to answer questions and give information. I like to teach. I've always liked to teach this stuff. Always been really passionate about it. So we keep residents. Joey shakes. He's like, I know. He talks all the time. But yeah. So man, I can go on and on with Joey. I'm like, oh man, you got to check this foot out. Go on. But no, I mean. So the teaching aspect to everybody. That's where it all starts. But then the healing process starts. After that, I want everybody to know as much as they can. I want them to be their own. They're going to be their best advocate. In regards to their care, and that's pretty true in all of healthcare.
So do you see do you get a thrill when you see somebody that, hey, this is going to work? They get excited.
Absolutely, man.
Just be able to walk from here to the front door at the parking lot.
That's what I tell everybody when we have those days. I say that's what keeps us coming back. Periodically you have those stories where you see somebody and they're apprehensive, nervous, a little worried, and then to get their leg healed and get it matured and get them up on a prosthesis. I've had, I think back at, to very, of course, when you start thinking about it, you start having all those snapshots that occur. But, I think about the men and women that and kiddos that we've got to work with, that, you get them walking, and they're apprehensive. They take off. It's like, it's like something you see on TV. They take off. They come back. They walk back, and that you don't see the emotion, in their face, their family's face. It's really powerful. I mean, Joey, I mean, you can probably speak to that a little bit. I mean, in regards to kind of what happens at first and the first steps.
Yeah, it's a little. It's definitely different when you first. So the one thing I really remember is when I got my first leg made, he wouldn't let me touch it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you don't realize how heavy. Like, I'm a below the knee. You don't realize how heavy that part is.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of puts it in your head that it's going to be cumbersome. But after they make it and it's made for you and you slip it on, it's like walking on a regular leg. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So the difference in no doubt you can't feel your foot, but
right.
But how do you overcome the mental aspect there?
I was kind of lucky because my amputation was sort of voluntary. I'd gone through a bunch of surgeries. My ankle was pinned together, and I'd played baseball for a lot of years until I was like 21, 22, 23, and this happened when I was 24, and it was like kind of just dragging a leg along.
Oh, yeah.
So I looked into the advancements of prosthetics at the time, and I talked to my family and decided it was going to be better to do that and get into a prosthetic that would let me go back to being active and playing
That's
sports
good.
and stuff.
Wow. Hold that thought. 7:31. Need to take a quick break. Scooter?
Be right back.
All right.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
With a large 7:35.
Way to go. You gonna make fun of my trumpet.
Edit point. Wow.
I will say this. I do want to say this before we go into more depth. Is what amazes me is you got this small town of Mountain Home with this unreal technology that's going on. When you look at what's going on here, you look at what the hospital's got going on, what the schools are starting to do with technology and the coding and it's all right here in Mountain Home. I mean, I just find that amazing.
Yeah. Gentlemen?
Yeah. So you know, that's one of the great things about what we're getting to do for these areas is, like I said, once again, being able to bring this stuff, being able to be here in Mountain Home. I love this place. So, I grew up down in South Arkansas. So I grew up in the rice fields and the mosquitoes, and when I got a chance to move to North Arkansas,
you grabbed the chance.
I grabbed it. So I came up here and started. But it's really great to. Be local, because it keeps people from having to drive so far to receive the same kind of care they get elsewhere, and it helps.
And this is right here.
It's right here.
And what's your location?
14 Medical Plaza, so we're right across from the hospital over here. Yeah, we have a facility there. One of the things that people don't get is a lot of this stuff, braces, the sockets, the stuff with the arms and all that. The materials are it's carbon fiber. We're fabricating all this right here. People say a lot of times, they're like, you got this stuff ordered. I'm like, we're building this stuff here locally.
It's
we have
built
a laboratory.
here.
Yeah, we right now. As far as our organization, we have a beautiful flagship office in Jonesboro, and we're located in Batesville, West Plains, here, Harrison, Branson, Rogers, Arkansas. So and then we have about 20 outreach clinics. JP&O does, which is not a whole lot of people know that. But here we have a fully operational laboratory where we're fabricating, running wet laminations on carbons, pulling thermoplastic, the plastics and the transfers and everything for braces from stroke to.
Now this brace here would be for
anything that we're trying to correct or accommodate in regards to ankle instability, trying to hold the ankle, prevent it from collapsing, reducing pressure areas, accommodating, preventing progression of a deformity, that kind of thing. So we're doing all this here, and we're actually about to do a remodel in addition to our building. We're about to double the size of our facility here in Mountain Home, trying to invest in this area and in our facility, trying to make us, telling Joey earlier, just to make it comfortable for the people that are coming to see us.
Do we have some huge devices? Can we take a look at some that you've got? Is this the time we need to show some of this stuff?
Yeah. If that's good with you guys.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead and grab them, slide them over.
So that's one of the things like I said, I get excited about. I try to keep everything everything in house as much as possible, because I believe that our quality and fabrication facility is I would put it against anybody in the country. We have an excellent technician in Tony Rogers, and one of the things that we're trying to do to allow ourselves to be able to fabricate this stuff better, more quickly, and in a better environment is Brian Bell is about to do. He's about to do an addition, about a 3,000 square foot addition to our building currently. So we're about to add fabrication and clinical space. So, we use as far as the makeup and the design of this stuff. It just varies. This right here is a very basic microprocessor design. In that the microprocessor controls stance, so the microprocessor controls when you're actually putting weight on it, and this thing has a gyroscope and accelerometer. So accelerometer, it knows when you're about to take a step. It's looking for certain things that allows it to know that it's time to swing.
It's got a guidance system.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and like I said, it's crazy. As technology improves, the stuff gets smaller, it gets better, it gets quicker. Right? It doesn't use as much energy. So we're able to do all that in a small package, and that's really important for someone that's an above the knee amputee. Like I was saying before, this socket, this is what the leg goes into, a thigh, for someone above the knee, and then the knee joint.
So how do you avoid the pain of where the edge of the leg gets in there?
Yeah, and so, yeah, great question. So one of the things that people tend to think early on is that you're bearing all the weight on the end, and that's not the case,
right.
You know. Because if you think about it, the limb is amputated, so the bone has been cut through. So when it's cut, there's no longer a weight-bearing surface. So we have to take on the weight everywhere, right? So it's a total contact or total surface-bearing design, where we come in and we put pressure or place pressure around the whole limb, so it displaces any areas of high pressure, and it kind of holds the leg up everywhere.
Huh.
That's what happens. It's not necessarily on the end.
So this one actually has a processor in it.
This one does. This has a microprocessor in it. The battery's got a little button up here, and the battery goes in. It runs on a battery. This one, external battery, and then this one just happens to have a hydraulic ankle. So it's hydraulically controlled at the ankle too. So that's helpful especially for areas like this where there's so many hills and mountains and inclines. The action of the ankle, we can adjust that through the hydraulic cylinder, and it makes it easier for people to be able to transverse different terrain. So there's various designs, different sockets.
But the microprocessor can actually detect the type of terrain, perhaps, or the steps I'm taking.
The way that's occurring, I guess, more or less. So it's looking for certain feedback to know that it's time to unlock, in a sense. So it needs to see that the knee is extended, like you're stepping over it. It needs to know, or be able to detect that there's forward progression, acceleration.
So does it have almost a 360-degree level?
Yeah. Well, it uses the same technology that's in your cell phone nowadays. It's pretty much what we've fallen back to. So, Autobach, they're a manufacturer, a global manufacturer, a technology partner of ours actually, and we've been blessed to be able to be a major player in the country. I mean, one of the top, as far as a regional hub for prosthetic care, we do a lot of business with these people. So we partner with them. We work very closely with the manufacturers, and these guys. I was just having this conversation the other day with one friend of mine. I said, and Joey too. I mean, we've had the same conversation. It's so weird to me to be, in northern Arkansas, and we're having these conversations with the largest EMR software developer in the world, and these guys being able to work so closely with them to help develop, and then developing software and stuff like that for this stuff. So these guys, this is another microprocessor knee. This is the C leg, and it looks a lot different now than when they started back when I remember. And they used to be not as slick. They were blue and gray. They didn't look near this good back then, but they were still a very functional knee. And they've changed. Used to, all the microprocessor did was look for 70% of your body weight to be on the toe. That's how that's what it was looking for pretty much. These, like I said, we've been able to take and put in an accelerometer, gyroscope, all this stuff into this small microprocessor, and essentially it's using the same technology as your iPhone to know when it's being moved, when it's being played, but it uses that to identify when it's time to disengage or unlock the knee to take a step, which brings with that increased gait efficiency. It reduces energy expenditure, and a transfemoral amputee typically utilizes about 64% more energy to walk, just than you or I, and anything we can do to help them with that, is for the best. Plus, like I said, overall microprocessors are good for, it's not just the people that run, and it's not for people, it's for everybody, because of the stability.
So now, seeing this, I see the little shaft. Is this a hydraulic?
Yeah.
Or a gas pressurized?
Yeah. So it uses a hydraulic cylinder, and it uses these. So the microprocessor controls like this gate in the hydraulic unit, and it allows hydraulic fluid to either opens or closes and shuts it down. So if it knows that someone stumbles, it can shut the hydraulic cylinder down and ramp up resistance and allow them to catch themselves. more or less.
Huh.
Yeah. And one of the things that's so crazy is, like, even this technology, when it first came out, it was a situation where insurances didn't want to pay for it. Now Medicare will cover these microprocessor units. There's been multiple studies that have shown the efficacy of utilization of technology in prosthetics. These studies have also been able to show that actually using this type of componentry, there's a little bit more expense on the front end, but these studies have been done to prove to these payers that it actually saves money on the back end. If we can get people up and get them to remain active, there's actually less medical costs throughout their life. So if we can keep them going.
So with our vast population of use this word gently, we are a retired community to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
How is this an advantage to somebody, let's say 75 years old?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, so
now, I know. Let's say that a diabetic amputee.
Mm-hmm.
I had an aunt had both legs removed from below the knee.
Mm-hmm.
That's been 40-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, with this technology, I think the quality of life for somebody 75, 76, even 77 years old, they could give them another 20 years.
It could, and that's what we've been able to prove through these vast studies.
Yeah.
And that's what's allowed a lot of this to be covered by almost all payers. Going back to what you said about diabetes, diabetes is the number one cause of amputation. Diabetes, dysvascular, cancer, cancer, and then congenital, or being born that way. So that's how it steps down. But diabetes and vascular disease being right there at the top. So. Being compliant and treating your diabetes is super important, but the people that we get to see that are that you describe, that patient population, are a bit older, and that at that level, or that season of their life, the reason it's useful is you're looking at this componentry, and you got to keep in mind, I want to put the most stable, the safest stuff underneath you I possibly can. So that's what drives that decision making. Because you're that 75-year-old individual, you don't want to be taking a fall. You want to.
But then I remember my grandfather at age 75. I mean, I thought he was 55. I mean, as active as him and my grandmother were, it was go all the time.
Well, everybody's different. Everybody's different, and that's one of the things that's so cool about what we get to do. Is because everyone is an individual, and it's always a puzzle to solve. That's why I've told Joey this before. One of the great things about what we get to do is we get to know everybody on a personal level, because we see you a lot, and we're going to be treating that leg. These leg sockets, they don't last forever. So I see everybody. I've watched kids and other people's kids grow up so far and up here.
Interesting.
And so we get to know each other very well, and it's a cool situation.
Before we take a break, I do got a question on Joey, because I know you've got a prosthetic leg that you've had, and he is now building you a new one.
Yep.
What are the things that you're excited about being able to do that you have not been able to do now? And I know from our conversation, the new technology was allowing you to do different things. And I was just curious, what were you hoping to change from now to?
Well, one of the main things that I never really thought about until he brought it up to me, and I'll be getting an ankle similar to that one up there. We're waiting on one that has the battery built into it, so that I won't have to have the external battery. But one of the things that you don't think about is when you stand up, you slide your feet behind you and you stand up. Well, my ankle is fixed. I mean, you can put weight on it and it moves, but it's fixed, so I can't stand up like that. Like, I have to use the side of a chair. This will allow my ankle to kick back, so I can stand up like that. Yeah. And another thing I didn't realize until after I had it done is my ankle never sits down. So like when I'm sitting in a chair, my ankle always sits at it sits up like that. Well, with this ankle, it's going to allow me to tap my ankle and it'll lay down and it'll be flat on the ground. So it's not so much as just using it, but it's also like it makes me feel more comfortable. I mean, you don't think about stuff like that at first because you're just worried about having a leg and walking, and then after you go a little while, just the comforts are nice too.
That's cool.
Interesting.
That's cool.
We better grab a quick break. 7:50. Be right back. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Come on down to In the Company of Dogs, where your dog will be treated like family. We offer professional service with over 30 years experience for all your grooming and obedience needs. Away from home during the day and your dog is left home alone? No problem. We also offer doggy daycare. You can be assured that your dog will be comfortable at all times, and we never use any harsh corrections. We're located in the College Shopping Plaza in Mountain Home, next to the Dollar General, or give us a call at 870-232-1784. It's a great day in the company of dogs.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At VACO Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact VACO Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Have you?
Almost 7:52, and we're visiting with Cyle and Joy. This has been very interesting.
I told you, you're like, who is this? I'm like, this is going to be cool.
So what else do we need to get on camera so people know? We've got
some other stuff. Yeah. So we've talked a lot about prosthetics. Yeah. We do prosthetics and orthotics. So one thing to talk about, we talked about advancements in prosthetics, microprocessors, that and materials. There's even been advancements in materials in that. Same in orthotics. Yesterday we did an evaluation for a C brace, which is a microprocessor controlled long leg brace for somebody that doesn't have use of their quads and doesn't have control of their knee anymore. So to be able to use this on someone that doesn't have an amputation but still return them to their quality of life and activities of daily living prior to whatever occurred, it's been huge. So that's something else that we do. In orthotics, this is another piece that people don't really think about. Prosthetics, a lot of people actually don't even, maybe a lot of people didn't realize we were even local or in here. Orthotics, it's a business where people don't really seek you out unless they need you, right? So
I gotta interject 2 questions here, because we're just laymen here. Prosthetics and orthotics, the difference between the two.
Yeah, so prosthetics are the artificial limbs, the external limbs. Is what we deal with, the arms and legs. Orthotics covers the orthopedic bracing side of what we do. Like I was saying earlier, we brace everything from upper extremity arms, wrists, to cervical, spinal, and then lower extremity. The majority of our business is lower, is legs. Whether we're trying to stabilize a knee, we do knee bracing, custom and off-the-shelf or prefabricated. AFOs are typically what you see a lot. That's an ankle-foot orthosis. That's what this is. It goes across the ankle to the foot. So that's part of orthotics. Typically that design has been around for a long time. Thermoplastic, traditional. The materials are what have really changed in orthotics. We've gone to different carbons and ultralight materials to keep that simple, and so it's all lighter weight, and the pre-preg stuff. That has been the largest or the biggest advancement in orthotics, and then now we're starting to introduce once again microprocessor controlled devices. That stuff's getting light and durable enough now that we can use that on braces. well, you're talking about other advancements are, I mean, surely you've seen in the news like the exoskeletal stuff the military is using. That's being rolled over into the field of orthotics. So we're starting to see, we've seen Autobach, that knee manufacturer I was showing a second ago, they've introduced an exoskeletal device that for people that are like working overhead to reduce overuse injury in the shoulders and back.
Really?
Yeah, you can sit there, you can hold an impact wrench over your head with wearing this stuff. You can hold it over your head for half a day, never.
Because I used to do that.
Yeah, well, you don't. You won't wear you out.
Stand under an old Buick trying to get a shock absorber out with that impact.
Well, you know how that can wear you out.
Yeah.
So exoskeletal technology is, I mean, that reduces the fatigue and the stress on the joints there. So that's really new to orthotics, and you're starting to see paraplegics being able to stand up and walk because of exoskeletal devices. That stuff is really cool.
So what accelerated this technology? Did it start with the space program in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? I know the invention, we talk about the computer chip now. What we had as a chip in 1980 is a dinosaur compared to what they're doing now. So who's advancing this technology? Is it a constant study?
It is. It's always advancing. It's always changing, and it's it's up to us to keep up with it, right? So that's what we do. The advancements have stemmed from developments. You're talking about NASA space program. A lot of the materials and stuff that we use that we've pulled from those advancements. Technology, microprocessors. That's just been an ongoing thing, as you know. I mean, it's always changing. Like I was saying earlier, wartime, anything that we're trying to do to better the lives of our soldiers coming back. There's a lot of money put into research and development to allow those advancements. So that stuff's always occurring, always changing. DARPA has contributed a lot to advancements in prosthetics and orthotics. Like I was talking about materials. We used to have to use, it used to be like metal and leather and thermal, but plastics, man, when plastics first came out, that was a big deal, but now, now we're able to take, and you can see that's the thickness of a piece of paper. So we're able to use braces now that hardly weighs anything.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so there's nothing to those, but that is super
Well, I remember in 5th grade in the mid to late 60s, there was a polio victim. And he had metal braces on his legs, and I think the braces weighed about 40 pounds.
Oh yeah, metal and leather. That's what they all used to be made out of.
That's amazing. And that's a carbon fiber?
That's carbon fiber. Yeah. So that and pre-preg. That's a different kind of setup where it's not most of the carbon fiber stuff is a wet lamination. Pre-preg is not. It's a different process. It's even lighter than that. If that was pre-preg, it would be like lifting a piece of paper. So the materials have gotten, they're dynamic. I really appreciate and like dynamic bracing.
2 minutes.
So we've so the concept of using these materials to allow for that is.
And one thing huge. I want to point out, Joey's sitting right here, and he's got an artificial leg, but you can't tell.
No,
I can't tell.
Actually, had a friend one time, knew him for about a year, and it was wintertime months. So I knew about 8 or 9 months. Summer came around, first time he saw me in shorts. He about fell out of a chair when I came walking in the house.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Didn't even know it. Well, that's the idea, right? Is we want to make sure we're able to return everybody to the level of activity where they were at.
So there's no age limit on this.
No. We have seen everybody from little kiddos to I fit a leg on I think she was about a 99-year-old. Lady one time that she used it, and she got out there and did just as much as anybody else.
There you go. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
I'm amazed. My goodness.
I told you it'd be an intriguing show.
I appreciate you guys having us on. I enjoy talking about this stuff, and anything that I can do to bring exposure and information in regards to what we do and what we take so seriously is awesome. So thank you.
So that location and phone number, of course there's going to be referral papers flying back and forth between doctors and y'all.
Oh yeah, and we work very closely with our referral sources for sure. Yeah, we're located at 14 Medical Plaza here in Mountain Home, right across the parking lot from the hospital. And our phone number is 870-425-3252. We have offices in, like I said, in Jonesboro, Batesville, West Plains, Mountain Home, Harrison, Branson, Rogers, Arkansas.
And this, you can design the stuff for our people right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we try to do. That's why I like. That's a big point of what we do. I like it being here. I like it being under me. So.
And with that, we're going to wish everybody a happy day and enjoy the weather. Be back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.